integrity, nobility, strength, statesmanship. Ah, what a feeling. I could be proud of myself again. But I started thinking how I'd let my character ebb away, how difficult it would be to change, that I doubted I'd ever be that kind of man again. Sadness creeping. Then the pole in my hand jerked, and I came out of my daydreaming and reeled in a beautiful bass. As David helped me net the fish, I thought of his youth and purity and had one of those wistful thoughts of starting all over again. Up till then it had just been rest and relaxation, but that evening Kermis and I got into some serious discussion. The more we talked, the more he drew me out. I poured my guts out to him, how I got started, who I'd been back then, what I'd become, and finished with the afternoon's musings. He asked me questions, gave me feedback, nudged me in the right direction, and read me something like, "A man's life is wasted if he gains even the whole world, but loses himself in the end." It was pretty heavy stuff, and I was tired, so it wasn't long till we shuffled off to bed. I was roughing it and loving it. I was letting my beard grow, told Kermis I wanted to be like him when I grew up. Got a good workout while there, chopped firewood nearly every day, helped fix the electric generating windmill, helped with other repairs around the place. Kermis was a very wise man. It seemed that whatever we were doing, he could make a point out of it, teach a lesson, find some humor. And he had a lot of stories of touching lives, seeing real changes. Made me remember home and my parents and how we used to try to touch people's lives. But this was even deeper. It was a whole lifestyle. Made me want to be a part of it. We went into town a few times, had breakfast at the diner, visited with people, checked in with his business. Everywhere we went, people loved him, respected him, wanted to be near him. I did get to see him in a few discussions or debates, and he could definitely hold his own, politically, philosophically. I found he was well-educated, well-informed, clear in his thinking, although I didn't always agree with him, but always compassionate, concerned, careful. Not one to offend people, I saw him several times stop short and not push his point. I saw that he didn't need to be right to feel good about himself. One evening toward the end of my stay, Kermis and I were in the treehouse living room playing a slow, thoughtful game of chess. It seemed like it was a pretty close game for a while. Then I got his queen. Of course I had to give up a lesser piece to get his queen, but I felt like it was worth it. Later I realized he'd sacrificed his queen, his most important piece, in order to set me up. A few moments later he said, "I want you to take a look at this situation." He showed me that, even though I hadn't realized it, I had just one move left. If I made it one way, the game would be a stalemate. If I made it the other way, he would checkmate me on his next move. We never finished that game, because he took the moment to help me come to the end of myself. He talked about how there are crisis moments in each life that make big differences. He told me about one of his and showed me, to my surprise, that he hadn't always been the man that I saw sitting there. As he talked, I was understanding the feelings I had been sensing. He explained that he thought I was at one of those crossroad moments, that there was a great cosmic chess game of which I was a part, and that if I chose one way, I would probably be stalemated, comparatively speaking, for the rest of my life, but that if I chose the other way, I would be surrendering to the great chess master of the universe, just as great chess players lay their king over on its side, signifying they surrender to their opponent. It really was a major turning point for me. When I made that choice to surrender, something broke inside me. Something changed. I went back home and back to Congress a different man. And I'm really looking forward to touching as many lives as I can.